So it is 6 p.m. on the Monday, and that means we have upgrades to have a look at. And I believe from what I'm seeing, they are dual leagues. So what I mean by that is the fact that they are Premier League and the Women's Premier League. So GPFB, Premium Upgrade, and obviously, oh no, in fact, no. Where am I going? Where is it? Prem. BWSL, Barclays Women's Soccer? No, surely not Soccer League. I don't know, Super League maybe. But in terms of what we have got both of them together. So this is kind of what I thought they would actually give us in terms of, instead of giving us Prem and then Women's, I would have thought that they'd put them together, which looks like they have. We've got all of them, and also we have got the MLS as well. Very interesting to see that one there, purely on the basis that Messi is in Team of the Year. That is all we've got for upgrades, so let's have a look and see what is best then. So, this is going to be the premium. Did think it was going to be. So, it is 11 rare, 11 gold. That is standard. What do we actually get from it? We get an exchange of squad for a pack with 11 Premier League and Barclays Women's Super League players, 4 of them being rare. Okay, and then we have the normal upgrade. So, this one, for instance, if we're looking at the Prem, would be given in. Let's have a look. We've got to give in 11 gold, so this is where your commons go, and this will give us 1 rare, I'm assuming. So we get 4 Premier League, 1 rare, 3 common. So it is pretty standard towards what we were grinding before. So for instance, if we was to do one and kind of show you what we're looking at for this grind, because it will be... It's one of them that you start off well and then you end up putting everything into it. And it's just normal. I'll do it. I will sit here and I'll show you the best way to grind it and it will be absolutely marvelous. But eventually when you can't be bothered to do it, everything gets sent into these. So for instance, if I was to just send one in like this would be what that is completed. And then if I do a normal one, I'm not going to open any because realistically what you want to be doing is saving these till Friday at an absolute minimum. The only thing this allows you to do is get started basically. The more that you can create now, the absolute better. So that is going to be number 1 on the list. So once we've got all 11 in here, we can show you what the packs look like on the screen. So that's going to be that one done. I am surprised that they haven't done any sort of objective with this. I'll double check, but I believe there is no objective whatsoever for how many of these complete. I know they did do last year, I want to say. Have we got completions? No, that's crafting, team pursuit, year in review. Yeah, so there isn't actually any sort of upgrade for this, where I believe we was like finish 20 Prem, 20 La Liga, 20 Serie A, and you get 2 of them back basically. So if we was to have a look at this upgrade right now, hopefully it's going to be amongst everything. So we do have a 12-man nominee loan pack, but we've got the 2 here. So this is just a normal upgrade pack. Like we said, it is 4, 3 common, 1 rare of Prem and Prem Women. Then you've got contains 7 gold common and 4 rare Prem and obviously Women as well. So they are going to be what's upgraded throughout the whole of Team of the Year. So now the debate between which one do you do, because we know the defenders. I'm pretty sure the goalkeeper, I don't even know who the goalkeeper is, you know. I don't, was it Allison? I'm pretty sure. Team of the Year leaks. Let's have a look and see if we've got any leaks of who is actually going to be the goalkeeper. I want to say Allison was the fan favourite, but was...
If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast and reliable, but make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders.
So from what I'm seeing Allison in net, Frimpong right back, Teo Hernandez left back. We've got Virgil and Ruben Diaz as the centre backs. We then also have Mary Earps in the goalkeeping spot for the women. We have Battle as a right back. We have, was it Sakina? I want to say the French left back for PSG. We also have Renard as a centre back. I cannot find that final centre back at the moment. So that leaves us to guess what is the best upgrade to do. Because in terms of the men's Team of the Year, really it's going to be Prem. Prem's going to be the number 1 shout there because you've got Haaland, De Bruyne, Rodri. You then have Virgil, Allison, and also Ruben Diaz. In terms of the women, we've got Mary Earps in there. and I think, and Sammy Kerr. So there is a decent upgrade there. La Liga for the women is going to be number 1. You've got Hansen, Battle, Bonmati and Putellas. Let alone then, do we have any in the men? We have got Bellingham, and then who's left back? Theo Hernandez, Frimpong. So they're Bundesliga Serie A. So Prem's going to be number 1 for Team of the Years. You more than likely will end up with the goalkeeper there, but that is kind of just what's to be expected. So if it was me, I would be kind of going through a few of them. It depends on who you want. And unfortunately for Messi, I just don't think MLS is going to be the shout for this, unfortunately, because it's going to be so difficult to get 2 players, because you have got Smith. You've got Smith and Messi, and you know full well that you're going to get Smith. Naturally, that is going to be the case if you do the MLS. But in terms of then, so I'd be looking at Prem, La Liga, Ligue 1, maybe sprinkle Serie A, Bundesliga, but I'm really not too fussed about them. It would all depend. If I did manage to get 2 Team of the Years from Prem, I might switch my focus because I don't want to get a duplicate. But this is going to be one of the hardest grinds to get going, to be honest with you. It's not going to be easy. It is definitely going to be an absolute slog to get this done. But when it comes to crafting as many as you can, unlimited wise, we have got a few days to prepare. Because we've still got the defenders to come out, there's a lot we can do. We also have kind of more upgrades in terms of 83 times 10 as well. So where do we start? This is going to be the big thing, because all of these do require commons and also rares. And definitely don't skip out on just the normal upgrade, because they are definitely still well worth having a go at. So in terms of where do we start and what we can do after, the big thing with these upgrades now is not only just recycling them, but now having this duplicate exchange. That is going to be brilliant if you are not fancying finishing loads of SBCs. Maybe you finished all of your upgrades for that day. You can just chuck them in there and have no problem. That is a really good tool to be using. So for instance, say I opened a few of them, I managed to get Edison duplicate. 88 duplicate, 27 players back. That then gets repeated straight back into the upgrades. But for right now, the way I would be doing more and more of these. So for instance, say I want to do more of the premium ones. So you definitely want to favorite, because there is a lot to go off here. So I'm going to favorite the Prem, because that's what I'm going to be personally grinding out to start with. What I would suggest is going in and putting non-league SBC cards in first. So what I'd do here, I'd have a look, MLS, any of these absolutely gone. Gut the club completely down to its core, because that is kind of where we're going to the point now where we don't need anything. This is going to be the kind of end game, and we would kind of rebuild after Team of the Year, ready for more promos, Team of the Season. This is going to be the kind of big few days that we do get everybody in. So none of these are League SBC. Brilliant. I'll put it into the pile. That's the kind of start to it, because once we start opening, that's going to be where the grind really continues and where we can kind of grind from there, really. So the way I'd be getting more and more players into the club, once I've fully put everything into them upgrades. So for instance, let's get rid of all of these now, because really nothing. Oh, brilliant. I've got all of these in still. So that's going to be one we need. What do we actually have here? We had the premium. So let's get the other one back in, because then, if I can find it, I hate when it pulls it up. I want to see it down. There we go. So once they're all in, we've got these free SBCs as the main focus. The Premium League SBC is going to be perfect for right now. I would say as the upgrade is in full motion, that is kind of what you want to still be doing. But I do totally understand that once you kind of get this grind going, it just doesn't stop, to be honest with you. So what I would suggest with this is grinding out as much as you can for the next 3-4 days to get as many as you can to start with. Like I said, if you manage to get 50, manage to get 100, it will go down pretty quickly. You'll be surprised how quick you can open these. So I would start absolutely rinsing through them now, rather than waiting onto them and kind of doing them as the grind goes, because you will find that you'll use a lot more League SBC cards once it's out. I'd rather have a full club stocked right now and be grinding out this as much as possible. So if you want to see how to grind the Premium League upgrade, then definitely go onto the video, put it in the channel, you'll see it straight away. It gives you a very detailed guide on how to do it. I'll also put it in the description for you to be able to have a look at. But these sides I'd be selling. These sides I'd be keeping, because they're untradeable. That's naturally what you want to do. And then you'll also get the Prime Gold players. You can keep it if you want and wait for Team of the Year to be open, but I would absolutely be rinsing anything that isn't really too much of a guaranteed, like an 82 times 5 or an 83 times 10. Leave them for the actual kind of Team of the Year out, because now we want cards that are lower rated to be able to put back into this, or to be able to be put into this. So you have a rare players pack, an ultimate players pack. Get them open now, unless you've got like 20, 30 already saved up, because naturally we can put them more into the league upgrade, more into the Prem upgrade, and also the women upgrade, because then it just gives us that better shot straight off the bat. So once I've kind of got duplicates, if I find that I've got an untradeable dupe, even if you, for instance, have finished the full league SBC, you manage to get one Prem duplicate, but you know you've got enough, then yeah, stick him in. If his duplicate is untradeable, then get him gone. But what you want to be focusing on at the minute is putting in as many non-league SBCs as you can, because then we can grind back round with all of the league SBC cards. You'll be getting a lot of duplicates, so really once we are opening them, it will be the case of just putting in whatever you want to put back in. We could finish the Prem. What you could do, for instance, is you could do the Prem a few times. You could open a La Liga, you could open a Serie A, maybe even open a Liga and 1. You could keep that going round, because then what you're doing is filling up your club again to go into the premium mixed. You then only have to really finish the Lib and Sud again, and you just keep rinsing and repeating. You get all the packs there, you rinse them back into the upgrades, you keep going forth in a big circle. It's kind of the way that you have to do it. I will release a full in-depth video on this on the Friday when we get everybody out, because then it will show you the pattern I'll be using the whole way round. These are just completely to get us started now. We want to be getting to the point where we've got 50, 100, 150. Some people get 500 of these set up, because they are the best upgrade that you can get. Like I said, pick between what you want. If you want to do 10 each, go do 10 each. It isn't necessarily a certain sort of percentage. It is a total numbers game. The more you open, the slightly better odds you have, because you're opening consistently. It isn't going to be a better odds, obviously, but if you're opening 1,000, you're going to have more chance than somebody who's got one in the grand scheme of it. Some people can be lucky and literally first upgrade, there you go, but that definitely isn't the one today. But other than that, I'd be grinding out as much as you can for right now. Daily logins done, as many upgrades done, as many objectives done. And then I think, do we get the 30 coin pack again? Sometimes that can be lucky. We haven't quite got the blue as of yet. But to be fair, it's been doing pretty good in terms of getting us cards to go back into the club for literally no value. So even here, we've got all of these players. Say I'm not doing the League SBC, I can see a Serie A and also a Prem. Just put them back in. If they're untradeable, they're dupe, and you don't want to do League SBC, that's going to save you, what, 7 other cards? Yeah, 7 other cards. I don't know why that took me so long. Before then getting another premium upgrade. You could then re-rinse that through. It is very, very simple to do. There's no real tricks or methods. I think with the added exchange to it this year has just made it so much more worth it. If you get a duplicate 89, which if we was looking at Prem, Salah comes to mind straight off the bat. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else, because Rodri's the 89. We've already got KDB. I don't know who else could be an 89. You've got Haaland, KDB that are in the team, as we know. If we go into gold, see if I can find gold, that would be. We then have Virgil's in it, Ruben Diaz is in it, Casemiro. So if you've got Salah or Casemiro, there's a beautiful 51 player pack. If you've got somebody like a Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, Edison, there's your 88, and we keep going down. We've got 2 87s in Son and Odegaard. Again, 19 players. It wouldn't be unheard of, because 19 players is enough to get us a decent pack back. Granted, they're not all rares, but then we put them back into the normal upgrade. We then follow that through. We put them 11 rares into the Prem upgrade or into the premium mix, and you just keep going around. It is a beautiful grind that you can do very efficiently, and coins get you a decent way there, to be honest. It really isn't that bad in terms of how much cards cost. You will find that rares will start to go up a little bit, but then once we get the onslaught of packs, because you know full well that we're going to get them, there'll be hundreds of common cards, hundreds of rare cards at 75 plus, and they will be snapped off every single time, because the amount that they give us to do more SBCs, say you only have to spend £5 to get another 10 upgrades done, people will do that in the absolute masses. But this is going to be the best grind of FC24. I'm ready for it. Let's get preparing and let me know how many do you intend on grinding out. Peace.